Before we are live in Abuja, I am Dennis Adegunloye. Thanks for joining us. The headlines. NNPC Limited responds to presidential directive, begins sale of crude oil in Naira. Anglican Primate Henry Ndukuba commends federal government's efforts to engage youths. Minister of Transportation Seydou Ahmed Al-Khali gives update on Kano Maradi Railway project. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, says Nigeria has officially commenced the sale of crude oil and refined petroleum products in Naira. This is in line with the Federal Executive Council directive. The Implementation Committee, which involved critical stakeholders, met and conducted a post-commencement review of the crude oil and refined products sales in Naira initiative, affirming the process. The strategic initiative is a bold step taken by the President Bola Tinubu administration to impact the nation's economy, foster growth, stability, self-sufficiency, and as the country continues to navigate the complexities of global markets, this strategic move positions Nigeria for success in the years to come. Work on the $2 billion Kano Maradi Railway project is progressing steadily with significant completion achieved in various segments. The Minister of Transportation, Seydou Ahmed Al-Khali, and members of the Joint House Committee on Transportation from the Senate and House of Representatives have expressed satisfaction with the quality of work by the contracting firm during an inspection tour. Ladi Bala reports.
The Kano Maradi Railway project is gaining momentum. The Minister of Transportation and the Joint Committee of the National Assembly on Transportation have embarked on an oversight visit to assess the progress of the project. The visit aims to evaluate the contracting firm performance and identify areas requiring intervention to fast-track the project. Here, essential materials for the railway are being manufactured. Production of critical components such as sleepers, grippers, and rail nuts is well underway. Current project status indicates topsoil removal 72.2% complete, embankment 38.3% complete, supply for permanent way 28.5% complete, bridges and overbridge structures 4.6% complete.
The status of the project, so we already have an advance of the project with more than 35%. We are working in accordance to the plan.
Improvement as at the last time I came, all these bridges and culverts were not put in place then. And even the question of compensation that you have addressed to the National Assembly, I have directed the contractor to ensure that they have paid all the compensation along the corridor.
A lot of earthwork being done, a lot of concrete work is equally being done. And we are even surprised that many men and materials are maintained at the site. And it shows that the company is really very serious.
Everybody seems to be impressed with what they've seen today. It's really major infrastructure. The progress seems to be very solid.
The $1.9 billion project, equivalent to 400 billion naira, is fully funded by the contracting firm, with the Nigerian government contributing 15% through appropriation. Completion is expected by 2026. In Abuja, Ladibala, Nta News.
Troops of the Nigerian Armed Forces have rescued 96 kidnapped victims and eliminated 118 terrorists and arrested 97. The Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, says troops in the south-south region of the country also recovered 87 assaulted weapons and 2,244 assaulted ammunition within the last 7 days. The Defence Headquarters assures that the armed forces will continue to develop strategies to defend the country and protect citizens from security threats. Senate President Godswill Akpabio is suing for peace and unity in Akwa Ibom State, describing the local government elections as the bedrock of all elections for any political setting. The President of the Senate was speaking in his country home, Ukana.
The need for us to deepen democracy by allowing democracy to work. If democracy does not work at the grassroots level, which is the local government, then it means that development will never trickle down to the common man, because this is the closest administration to the common people in the society. So if we are able to make the local governments to work, automatically means that more dividends of democracy will get to the people at the grassroots level.
Akpabio expressed optimism in the autonomy of the local government councils and hopes for better days in grassroots administration.
I believe that with the three arms of government working together, then indeed we shall get it right, and we shall actually ensure that local government is autonomous, both in terms of voting, in terms of election, as well as in terms of finances.
The Senate President wants all stakeholders to join hands and ensure deepening of democracy, especially at the local government levels. In a show of support for the nation's youths and economic resilience, the Primate Anglican Communion Most Reverend Henry Ndukuba has lauded President Bola Tinubu's recent initiatives to engage with Nigerian youths. This comes in response to the President's Independence Day broadcast, which emphasized the need for youth participation in national development. The Primate praised President Tinubu's renewed efforts to reach out to Nigerian youths, a demographic he says has been hit significantly by the country's ongoing economic reforms.
It's a move in the right direction. The young people may not have been empowered enough, so we want to encourage and we assure the President of our support in this direction.
The Primate's wife, who also serves as president of the church's women organization, emphasized the importance of ensuring food security. She urged every citizen to play a role in addressing the pressing issues of food shortage.
Food production should not be left to rural dwellers. Women are encouraged to continue to engage in farming, even if it's only around your house.
The church's leadership messages align with the government's efforts to stabilize the economy and enhance social welfare. The federal government, Niger State and a French firm have signed a memorandum of understanding on food production to invest in the Nigerian agricultural project under the renewed hope agenda of the federal government. Musa Baba Ali reports that the federal and Niger State governments also signed a multi-billion naira agreements for the cultivation of a variety of crops during the upcoming dry season farming activities.
This is an agreement signed between Niger State government and the federal government agency with the aim of scaling up food production in the country. Niger State will make 100,000 hectares of land available for the cultivation of variety of crops in the upcoming dry season farming activities. Both parties will provide 5 billion naira for the initiative, with Niger State supply incentives and farming equipment for the project.
We can reassure you that the pilot scheme for 10,000 hectares, we're going to scale it up. We're going to start with the 50,000. So we'll prepare 50,000 hectares and give to you. I'll give to the partners from the French to come in. Again, Niger State government can match any fund that is coming from NAF, the National Agricultural Development Fund.
In addition, The executive secretary of the Agricultural Development Trust Fund disclosed that a French firm has expressed interest in investing in the Nigerian food security project.
The intention of the program they want to do is essentially to bring technology transfer. What they have in the advanced world to come in and teach our farmers and ensure that we develop into a proper commercial agricultural setting. The ticket sizes they are looking at would range from $3 to $5 million, and we have chosen that Niger State and Cross River states, to have some balance of the type of crops they're doing, are the states that we are going to.
The mandate of the agency includes intervention and coordinating international donor funding towards agriculture in the country. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, Nta News.
Meanwhile, the Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji wants local government chairmen across the state to key into his farming initiatives aimed at re-engaging youths in agriculture for food security and sufficiency. This was during an inspection tour of farm settlements under his Bring Back the Youth into Agriculture program. Olukemi Sani reports.
Oyebanji, who had visited Okiako, Iyemero, Igede farm settlements as well as Ekporo, Emure, Ikere, Aramoko and Ero farm settlements, where he monitored the young farmers who are participating in one of the agricultural initiatives of his government titled Bring Back the Youth in Agriculture. The governor disclosed that the lands being cultivated for the farming program in Ekiti were initially cleared by Chief Obafemi Awolowo for the same purpose during the regional government era, emphasizing the need for people to revisit the late-stage plans for agriculture in the southwest. The governor said he is determined to invest massively in agriculture as a form of empowerment for the youth to ensure food security and drive industrialization.
We want to bring in a lot of our youth into this space so that we produce enough for Ekiti people, and from the surplus we are able to export. And I must do this opportunity to simply thank the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for its very strong support for our Greek strategy in Ekiti State. It has been a pillar of.
Some of the young farmers expressed gratitude to the governor for creating such an opportunity for them and appealed to him to prioritize security around the farm settlements so that they could engage in farming activities without fear of being kidnapped or attacked. In Ado Ekiti, Olukemi Sani, Nta News.
And with the tilt towards farming in meeting the food needs in the society, NTA Inagoa is partnering the Bayelsa State Ministry of Agriculture for the cultivation of the station's vast land. General Manager NTA Inagoa, Dauju White, who received the State Commissioner for Agriculture on an assessment visit to NTA, says the vision of the ministry is to turn every available land to farms in order to boost food production in the state. Aya Prezi reports.
Food security is a major key to national development as it takes well-fed and healthy citizenry to contribute to nation building. This explains the necessity of farming as a veritable tool for food production and security. Conscious of the Prosperity Administration's vision of assured hope, which has agriculture as one of the pillars, NTA Yenagoa management team, led by Dauji White, sought partnership with the State Ministry of Agriculture for the meaningful cultivation of the station's vast land to boost food production and attain sufficiency.
I'm looking at rice farming and also aquaculture, fishing because the terrain will be very, very useful.
Bayelsa State Commissioner for Agriculture, Professor Beke Sese, on a tour of the land, expressed satisfaction with its agricultural potential and promises to make the necessary investments in line with the vision of the Prosperity Administration to enhance food production in Bayelsa State.
I've taken time to look at the land, and my engineers have told me we can use the place. So we'll go back and do a proper assessment. We must respect government funds. We must also respect the professionalism of agriculture. The Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources is a professional ministry, so we must do things professionally.
The commissioner who assures genuine farmers of necessary support, however, reiterates the fact that portfolio farmers have no place in the plan of the state government. In Yenagoa, Aya, Brazil. NG News.
This is the news at 10 on Nta News24. We'll take a break. More reports in a moment. Stay with us.
From the creeks of the Niger Delta to the breathtaking scenery of the plateau, in noonday and nighttime, we set out to bring to you captivating stories that evoke your emotions. For fascinating documentaries and reports on day-to-day issues with expert analysis, tune in to Nta News24, DSTV channel 419, GoTV channel 26, StarTimes channel 101 and 433, and Free TV channel 703.
You're welcome back. Nyanya Battalion Council of Boys Brigade Nigeria has celebrated an impressive milestone marking the 141st Founders' Day of the Boys Brigade. The ceremony also brought to the fore the need to promote discipline, obedience and Christian manliness among young boys. Nta News24 reports.
It was Founders' Day, a celebration steeped in history, marking 141 years since Sir William Alexander Smith founded the Boys Brigade in Glasgow, Scotland. The parade ground buzzed with energy as young boys in crisp uniforms gathered. The band displayed and rhythmic movements of boots, a testament to the values of discipline and unity that the brigade instills in its members.
You can't find such a parade anywhere except in the military. So what does that imply? Any person who is leaving the Boys Brigade that wants to join any paramilitary or military, he will excel.
Indoctrinated in the way of the Lord. So the future is we'll have honest leaders, hardworking leaders, smart leaders, and people that if given opportunity, they will do whatever they do as unto the Lord.
Minister of Special Duties Zephaniah Bitrus Gisalo joined the Boys Brigade at the age of 8, and he is proud of how the organization develops young ones.
And the purpose of funding the Boys Brigade is because of the youth, so that there should be resilience, training to work for God, and that is why today, some of us today will pass through this institution. I'm a Boys Brigade member even when I was just 8 years, and today I'm still a Boys Brigade member.
The day also saw the launching of the organization's magazine, a collection that echoes the hopes and dreams of those who came before. In Abuja, Ekene Ndulue, Nta News.
The federal government wants Nigerians to complement academic studies and certificates with the development of their creative minds and start investing in skills acquisition and technological advancements. The appeal was made by heads of various government agencies at the National Unity Robot Project held at the National Stadium in Abuja. They emphasized that while certificates are a good thing, the world in which we live today requires much more in terms of innovation. They expressed excitement that Nigeria is beginning to live up to expectations as Africa's giant through rapid advancements in technology, with robotics emerging as a key player.
With this initiative, we are thrilled to know that our children are no longer leaders of tomorrow, but are leaders right now.
We are embarking on a journey that will shape the way our society views productivity.
A groundbreaking initiative that has captured the imaginations of our brightest minds and hearts.
Be creative, be productive, and that is when we change the narration of this country. Everybody want the government to employ him to work and get a salary. What does that mean? Nothing. We can't be productive like that.
It's going to help us
so much, and I'm so glad, I'm happy to be part of the National Unity Project.
It's relative to us. It brings people together from diverse culture and different languages. It's uniting Nigerians.
These children in the next 5 years, by 2028 or so, they are not thinking like us. They are thinking with the mindset that out of nothing we made something.
With intense efforts to promote healthy aging, the aged in Kefi Emirates in Nasarawa State have benefited from a medical outreach put together by the National Senior Citizens Centre. Elizabeth Omori reports that the gesture is in commemoration of the 2024 National Day of Older Persons.
Caring for the senior citizens is becoming easier thanks to prioritized attention by the federal government in line with the Renewed Hope agenda. And 5th of November is set aside as National Older Persons Day to create the needed awareness to build a healthy and empowered older adults. This medical outreach seeks to meet the medical needs of this segment of society. Beneficiaries were treated for malaria, hypertension, diabetes, and arthritis with few referrals.
Free food, free care. That is very wonderful.
I thank them. May God continue to help us all and continue to help them in what they are doing.
The NSCC boss and other partners explained that there is the need for intersectoral action for healthy aging.
Dignity is gained by accessing care and support services, especially where their functional capacity declines. So what you have seen here today is coming to promote healthy aging.
We started because we know that once you are above the age of 65, the NHIS doesn't cover you anymore.
Aside consultations and lectures on healthy living, assistive devices were distributed to the elderly within the Emirates. Elizabeth Omori, Nta News.
So here's the news at 10 on Nta News 24. Here's a recap of our major stories. An MPC Limited response to presidential directive begins sale of crude oil in Naira. Anglican's Primates Henry Ndukuba commends federal government's efforts to engage youths. And Minister of Transportation Saidu Ahmed Al-Khali gives updates on Kano Maradi railway project. Dangiwa boys of Kankia local government's area of Katsina State have won the local tournament of Dangiwa Cup after beating Musa Musa FC of Daura local governments. The competition was played among the various teams selected from 12 local governments of Katsina State. The match was decided by penalties after the two teams played a 1-1 draw. Dangiwa team won the shootout 4-2.
The players' performance is wonderful because I assure you that among these teams, the professional team in the country are ready to choose some of the players to become some of our national team players because they become so professional that they are being touted since they started this team for a national team and for other professional teams within the country.
Well, that concludes the news at 10 on Nta News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Dennis Adegunloye. There will be an update at the top of the hour.